put these away, so I'm just making them. Okay. This is actually a part two to a video that I did earlier on my TikTok platform. I did it as a subscribers only. And so I'm not gonna get into that one. That one is being uploaded for private view. Okay, and it's gonna be for those of you out there who are interested, especially if you came through the live and you only got the preview and you're interested for a donation of minimum donation amount, then I need to know who you are, Google account, your email, because I'd have to put you on the list in order to have access. That's the only way for that. Okay, that's what was on TikTok. Okay, this is actually, it's similar. Okay, it's a part two, but it's a different, this is going to be just for the collective of legit motherfuckers, okay, out there in these here streets and these here matrix, this here universe, multiverse. Okay, okay, the title says, so, you know, word that bind. You thought you were freeing yourself. You thought you were freeing yourself. So please take this as it resonates, okay? And if this is not the video for you, if this is not the stuff for you, guess what? Oh, that's the beauty of life as we know it right now. That's the beauty of social media, isn't it? When we land on something that ain't for us, the beauty is we get to scroll on, swipe on, turn off, you know, that's the beauty, okay? Anywho, now I talked about it a little bit on the TikTok, so I'll go over some of just to give you a foundation so we can see how we're getting into part two. It's common, okay? It's common in almost any arena that you'll get into, especially self-help, okay? Self-help, spiritual, religious, and even everything in between, because again, some of us are realizing that spirituality is just religion out of a different whole. Anytime you bring in I've been saying this for some more clear to me every day, but anyway, phrase, and I'm about to say it because we all have said it, it's driven in us. I do not consent. Just like the word release. Think about that. Now, there's going to be some that's bothered by this. Is okay. I don't claim to have all the answers to everything in life. Humanity may serve to catch up with that kind of an attitude. Okay? But think about it. Okay, release. Some of us are finding out that it is recontracting. A lease is a contract, and when we say it, we're thinking, when we're verbalizing it, okay, we're thinking that, yeah. Tricky, isn't it? Tricky. Now, the next phrase we're going to get into, like I just said, I do not consent. So the phrase, do not, okay? Do is implicating an action taken, some form of an action. Do, okay? N-O-T, not to us. That's like stop, okay? It's the, what do I do with it? Yeah, what do I do with my notes? Okay, yeah, that, you know, it's like stop, block, undo. That's what we think when we hear N-O-T. That's supposed to be indicating for us, okay? Now, in the English language, there's many words that are spelled, but they sound exactly the same and they mean different things. So in the English language, you have K-N-O-T. It sounds like the N-O-T. They both pronounce not. Now, K-N-O-T is actually, you know, if you think about when you tie your shoe, it's a knot or a noose. It's a knot, a bind, tie, a secure. Okay? So we think the phrase do not consent means the end of, block or stop or shield, but it actually do, tie, bind, secure, whatever's after it. But you see how tricky that is? Because again, we be like, yeah, you know, whoop, I do not. And so we're saying do. Remember, do is an action. So we're really, I do tie and bind and secure. Good gravy. No worries. Like I said, I'm going to upload the video. There's things we can do about that in terms of everything that we have, you know, unintentionally reinforced, okay, in that manner. Okay, that's, to me, that's the good news part. It's like, okay, okay. So instead of saying, and again, this is going to take time and practice because this is what we've come up with, okay? So like everything else, we're gonna have to get our sea legs, okay? That's why I'm always catching myself, and I'm somebody ruling error, okay? I'm somebody, the words, nigga, okay? But the reason why is because I'm aware now of what's been going on. So I'm like, oh, really? So I was just helping the motherfuckers and shit. Like, so I'm saying to myself, I'm like, so I was helping the motherfuckers and shiznit and didn't know it because I'm sitting here talking about, you know, whoop. Anyway, instead, and play with this, okay? Because it's, you know, needs to be something maybe that can come from your own way and style. But these are some suggestions, alternatives to do not, or I do not consent, okay? I transmute consent into. And then you're going to follow it with, depending on what this is, you're transmuting whatever consent. I transmute consent and blah, blah, blah into my freedom, liberation, authority, autonomy, and complete sovereignty. I cease and desist all consents. I cancel and delete, destroy, and uncreate consents. I untie, unbind all the rest of space and time. Okay? So these are some things that you can practice and play with, okay? You guys have probably went on there, but we're doing this 7-day challenge that's including implementing this for 7 consecutive days, along with the smile meditation, one of the simplest meditations that's free and that anybody on the planet can do. And it's something you can do when you first get up. I totally forgot about it. I think I talked about it on one of my other videos. I forgot. But that's the whole point of what was constructed for me anyway. Okay? So, believe it or not, subconscious is a fascinating thing. And there are certain things that light up certain things, okay? Just like the subconscious cannot recognize the difference, okay? Likewise, body expressions, facial expressions, and just like with the mudras, and we've talked about that. But when we smile, okay, especially if you can catch it at the beginning of start of day, if you can sit for at least 3 minutes, because some people aren't used to that. So But if you can sit for 3 minutes, non-distracted, so no, no stuff. This is supposed to be your free 3 minutes for you, happy everything for everybody. Okay? Sit there and smile. And if it helps you, because listen, this is counterintuitive. And I'm going to explain some things here. This is definitely counterintuitive, because if you are not feeling that way, it's like it feels unnatural and it feels fake. It feels like spiritual bypassing. It feels like pretend. It feels like it's like I said, it's counterintuitive. So let me just say that this is not about spiritual bypassing. This is not about pretense. This is not about, you're still going to deal with life. Hear me out where I'm going. This is about the knowledge that we were not given about a lot of things in terms of the human body, in terms of all these various different things that could assist us vibrationally and frequency wise, which is where we can then better deal. That's where I'm going. I'm not saying we're supposed to just la 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 la, stick our fingers, what I'm saying, when we're little, la 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 la, in our ears, and I don't hear. No. It's just you're setting the precedence for your frequency, because your smile is going to bypass the traditional language centers of your brain. Subconscious is picking it up. It's reading it. Then it's going to send signal, okay, to the body, okay, that you are happy. So in the 7-day challenge that we're doing, we're going to be taking note of the changes. Like when you're doing the smiling, do you notice any sensations in your body? What do you notice? Because it's all okay, but do you notice flinches? What happens? After a period of time, do you sense a shift in your own vibe? And then over the 7-day period, it's like, what did you gather from that? How did that assist you pertaining to what you're actually dealing with? Because we're not talking about the external is going to be what it is. So with that, how did it assist the navigation? Did more clarity come through? Were you able to have more sovereignty over, you see that? Were you able to tap into a little bit of more sovereignty over your own state versus constantly feeling like you're at the whims of the lizard people? Okay, beautiful. So we're going to do it for 7 days, and then we're just starting at 7 because we want to get over the first hump. Ideally, you want 21 plus days, but we're going to start at 7. Some of us may even incorporate doing it 3 times a day, but at best, we're going to do it at least 1 time a day just to see. And if you need something to kind of have in mind to help you to do that, to feel more comfortable, then try to think of something that actually does make you smile. And it doesn't have to be anything big or grand. Okay, but hopefully it's something benevolent, because hopefully. So for an example, I may decide to just kind of be thinking of or picturing my cat, or a moment with him, or a moment with my son, or something that's pleasant and it's actually real. So for some of you, if that helps, so that you don't really feel like, okay, nigga, I'm ready to, and just sit with it. No judgment, because this ain't about solving nothing at that point. It's about setting yourself, okay? Now, combining without, reframing our language, especially those of us, you're plummeted by people who are doing heavy projection with their words, which is spelling, whether people think that's what they're doing or not, okay? On top of, people's consciousness, lack thereof, all of these things. I'm not going to get deep into some stuff that's becoming clear, matrix. But all of these parasitical types In the reading in the end on the TikTok, I had never seen nothing like it. It had never happened. So I was like, what the hell? Okay, and what I'll give you is this. All of these came out back to back, literally. Back to fucking back. In terms of at the end of the read, because once we got it, after the discussion, we got into the read. At the end of the read, it was talking about how something is going to improve for you, which, you know, that's not going to affect you the same way, as well as for some of you, what you're overcoming. So it had vampire, shadow, narcissist. Because some of you, this is exactly what you're dealing with. Okay? That didn't want you. There was a billionaire that's going into the reverse. Yeah, the black square went into the reverse. That's that Saturn cube shit. It was a lack of empathy. You're a fucking legend. This is the whole, what they, you know, were disrupting for you by disrupting your environment, not wanting you to have the solitude. But this practice is helping some of you to basically, whatever this is going to do, is fencing to do some shit with this. Now, this could be your internal. Remember? Because they're going to choose what they're going to choose. So it's something that this is going to do for whoever is doing it, regardless. But it looks like a billionaire. I don't know if they're going to lose some money, nigga. Because who is this motherfucker? One of these days, I'm going to find out who this motherfucker, who these motherfuckers. Because I'm like, what's up with the billionaire and shit? Why that keep coming out all the time? Anyway, this could be the corrupt enterprises, maybe. You know, hey, because it came in reverse. So this could be people who lost money. It could be so many things. It could also be this people that was into the unicorn lifestyle. Okay, I didn't know nothing about no unicorn shit. Okay, in terms of like it's a thing. You know, one of my exes told me that I dated almost 2 years ago. Okay, one of my exes told me, because I was, you know, I was like, I'm a unicorn, and he was like, this is one of my exes. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get my charger. He was like, well, because I did not know. See, I didn't know about the arena and the industry and, you know, the meanings and so forth. And he said, because I was like, I'm a unicorn. I was like, I consider it, you know. And I was basically talking like, okay, fairy. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, you know, pixie dust, you know. That kind of vibe, you know, carefree unicorn. Phenomenally. But he was like, you might not want to say that. And I was like, never heard nobody tell me that I might not want to say that. And I was like, why? I remember that. I was like, why? He was like, because if you say that, then people are going to be thinking that you're into, and this is when he explained to me something with sexual, like people like either swingers, voyeurs, you know, it's a thing. This ain't about, ain't no quorums, so y'all can unbunch your panties, okay? Your life is your life, baby. Shouldn't nobody be telling you how to live. It's your life. But he was like, yeah, because that's the code. That mean that you down with that. And I was like, oh. And my eyes got bigger than they are. I was like, oh, that's not what I meant. Like, I'm like, that's not that. I was like, that's not what I'm into. You know, that's not what I'm saying. Anyway, so this could have definitely been a sex ring. You guys can be dealing with people that's in like a sex ring as well. okay, secretly, maybe they're in the unicorn pineapple, you know. Ooh, child. Oh, and it's something to come. I ain't gonna get back into it, all that though anyway, because it got good at the end. It got good. I was like, whoop. Shit. About, bringing it in, because the whole thing is to keep you like tied up in your head, stuck in your mind, feeling plummeted by it. And there are ways, and sure, stuff is going to be annoying, but the more we practice, it's almost like, I don't know how many of you have had children, okay, but out there, but depending on the kind of temperament some of your children had, but like kind of go back. And some of them, boy, I tell you what, ain't nothing you can do. Boy, shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just extra bitch, falling out. I want some Skittles, crying, just tantruming. It just, oh my God. And you'd be pissed, you going off, you know what I'm saying? You come in the room and say, you know what, I'm just, that's why, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Then they're sitting there looking at you. They got you. They got you. You all discombobulated, right? Naturally so. You're feeling some kind of way, You're sitting here trying to enjoy this here book for 5 minutes where you want being somebody's mama, somebody's wife, somebody's, daddy, somebody's maid, somebody's cook, some fucking... You know what I'm saying? For 5 minutes. And, there's nothing that you would do could soothe the child. They didn't care. You gave them all the pudding. You gave them a toy. You sung a song. You know. And they're only okay as long as it's kind of like they got overly attached. They're used to you, right? They got overly attached. And so for a while, you'll keep getting up saying, what is it, John? What is it, Susie? What? I don't understand. What's the problem? Like, you know what? That's why, you know what, blah, blah, blah. And you didn't miss the whole point. But since it's annoying and it's commanding your attention, that's what that is. That's what the noise is about. That's what the crying. That's what the tantruming. Is to pull you in. I am upset and I want you to come in here and be upset, okay? I'm upset and until I am no longer, I want you right here. I'm uncomfortable, so you're not gonna be comfortable in the living room reading your book. I'm gonna throw shit, I'm gonna holler, okay? So I'm only saying that because unfortunately, that's a little bit what some of us are going to have to do. Okay. Likewise, some of you may have done when you had children, you may have got you some noise canceling earphones. I mean, in a good way, once you kind of knew, not negligent as a parent. I'm saying like when they were of a certain age and some stuff, it was just to keep you, you know what I'm saying? You may have even gotten that, like, okay, because we're not going to do that, okay? You going to do what you going to do, go ahead, okay? So creative ways of doing that, but it's going to take practice and repetition, and you're going to have to play with it, okay? And that's going to do something for what? Your frequency that they're trying to hijack. Yep. Your frequency, they're trying to hijack. Your line. You're a commodity to a lot of people. But we ain't here for food, as a gentleman said on one of his platforms that I'm starting to listen to and follow. We are not food, we're fire. We ain't nobody's goddamn resource. And they're about to find out. Okay, boom. Now, so the little mini version for y'all here on YouTube, okay? Practice with languages and also even a little bit more quiet. Something I've been incorporating is because we're figuring out so many different things. So it's like, silence. And still doing some, it's not silence like passivity, but silence as you're doing the other things. And sometimes in that silence is where all of the other downloads and clarity comes in too. See that? Also, this whole thing to keep us, like I said, like children, to keep us engaging, to keep us what? Pull your frequency. You are going to listen to me. In some cases, I'm not going to, I'll just keep that part to myself because I know what that is. Okay? It's to get you out of your element. This is why they're going to target. They're always going to. I don't care what face, what place, what, because it's a program. It's a whole nother thing going on. Okay? Whole nother thing. That's why no matter where you go, especially US, that's why no matter what you do, where you go, you're going to find that theme. To get you out of your frequency so they can hijack it as they're projecting, because that's what they're doing. These are forms. All of this is forms. Okay? Okay, now, to keep your energy compromised if possible. To keep you from your sovereignty. So, because they, like I said, okay? And that's what a lot of them are vying for. That's why some of you got all of these various subsectors and stuff, because some of them know full well. That's what they're vying for. With you and your children, okay? Now, here is the message for the YouTube. Let's see. Okay, whoa. Child, we thought we was freeing ourselves, honey. The words that bind our asses. Shit. God damn it, motherfucker. I tell you what. It's gonna take me a minute. I'm trying. It's gonna take me a minute because I'm like, are you kidding me? 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 But we're getting there. We're getting there. It's okay. It's okay. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit for the YouTube since we did the full spread for the subscribers only. We're switching it up. We're not gonna get as deep and as much as we did. Feeding off your nervous system is what's been done since you was in the womb and since you came out of the hole's hoo-ha. It's the truth. Why do they want to torture you? Think about it. Now, we have community here. Okay. Some of you, when you practice it, you're going to tap into your cosmic alignment through implementing that, which is going to give you navigation. Some of you, it's going to also help you align with even in the physical because of the clarity or the regulating of yourself that is going to assist with. I didn't say fix, I said assist with. Okay. We didn't say fix. And it's still there, okay. Oh, nigga, nigga. Okay. Change this nigga. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's gonna be the starting point. And it's not about change of external. Remember, this is how they keep us. I said earlier, check it out. Don't be mad at me, y'all. Look. Listen now. The quicker we get to radical acceptance about certain stuff and certain folk, the quicker it's not about, oh, let me do it this way. I'm not gonna do it the way I did it on TikTok. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna use a very extreme physical something because this we need. Listen, if you got people trying to actually come for your life, this example then it ain't too far off, okay? Just because it may not look like it in its full physical form, it's not too far off, okay? So those of you who are excellent communicators and you have excellent intro personal skills and you have empathy and compassion and all depth and mature, all that, okay? The trap is thinking that it's just a matter of living by an example for a people. It's a matter of expressing it in a certain manner and maybe bringing something to their awareness. It's a matter of appealing to something that matters to them because that's people's hearts are connected to the things that matters to them. That does not apply here. It doesn't. When you have people that's coming for your life like that, it is clear that they do not have a soul. Okay? Or whatever you want to call it. They don't have a soul or they don't hear you. Oh, my luck. They don't, okay, Osiris. They don't have a soul. They don't have, just, oh my God. It's clear. Now, to be fair, look, I'm not trying to be silly and crass, but you have the acceptance is going to help you to stop trying to think, hopefully someday, maybe, when people persistently try to come for your life. Okay? Apparently, no matter what it is, apparently something ain't there. Or apparently something there that's darker than you ever imagined. Okay? Now, some of you old schoolers like myself, y'all remember the 80s? Okay? Whoop, scary movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, and Friday the 13th, and Halloween, the first and the second one. After that, it started getting it kind of something else, but okay. So I have to go there. Do you think, now sit down and ask yourself for shits and giggles, okay? Just for fun, just play around. Do you think that it's a matter of you showing Michael Myers another way that's gonna stop him from trying to kill you? Do you think he is gonna pause because you're a starseed or your vibration is on tilt? And do you think that he's gonna pause and really want to hear, or maybe as he evaluates and watch you be a decent person, do you think that's going to stop him one iota of a second? Any of these leading villains and killers in these movies. No. Because, listen, it's extreme. I get it. But here is why. They don't have anything there. Okay? I don't know how else to put it. Something happened to them that made it mess up. Whatever we want to call it, okay? They don't have it. That's not gonna do nothing. Some of them are incapable, some of them got, stunted maybe about at like Michael Myers, I believe they think he got stunted at 9 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. They think the switch altogether flipped and he never recovered and it kind of got worse. Okay, so there's nothing that can be done with these cases. There's no redemption for Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger, and Texas the Chainsaw Massacre home dude. I forget what his name is. Okay? There's no maybe if we reform them and love the hell out of them. It's not going to happen. And some of us have exhausted ourselves wanting to believe that there was anything redeemable in people. But we're just going to have to swallow and accept, since these people apparently are already making it clear and known. So the acceptance is going to help you with this. And the breath work, the smiling, breath work, because I advise that you take some cleansing breaths and then do it. On top of, changing language where you've tied yourself unknowingly, on top of whatever binds and all weirdy shits that they're doing, hitting the verge. Okay, this is going to help some forward change. Boom. And baby, with this 22, for some of you, official energy here, this is going to help you, go forward, see an official person about a situation. This is going to, for some of you, yeah, look at the Thief. This is going to help shift where these people are stealing your energy. Okay? The people can't change and won't change. Possibly to do with the marriage that ended. That came out in the first reading, so this is interesting. It was divorce, but this one is marriage in the reverse. So this is going to help some of you recovering from a marriage. It's going to help you to move on from a marriage if that's what you're doing. Others of you, this is going to help you to go to an official and talk about what was stolen. I mean, this is going to all depend on, yeah, boom. Yeah, concern. Look at that. It's going to help you get sudden wealth reverse. Yeah, but and there's a marriage. These people that won't change because of some kind of money. Child in the reverse. Concern. Yeah, this concern. Change. Concern. It's going to help you to stop worrying in a way, or overly worrying. Some forward movement from, yeah, these karmics. Adjudication reverse. Unexpected income reverse. Imprisonment reverse. Came out in another card in another deck on the other read. Interesting. Ooh. Okay. Journey. Now see, in the other reading, journey came out in the reverse. So this is just gonna help you to not be overly concerned or focused on. Help you to move on, move forward. Again, we got to travel. We have a train and we have a car. And we got false person reverse, main female. Some of y'all could, main female, main person reverse. Some of y'all are actually moving away from somebody. And then 10 came out there too. Ooh, somebody's obsessed lovers. 10 and 15 with the lovers. Oh, gravy. It's supposed to help with some shit lining up in the move, bitch. Shit. Some of you ain't got to worry about your skank ass sibling. Because that's what some of you, you know, lovers represent siblings and partners. Okay? It could be siblings, partners, twins. It represents a yin and yang, masculine, feminine, a choice. Okay? But with it being with 15, it was kind of like these people's obsessions and addictions. You know, because a lot could be on your mind because you're dealing with all these people that's traveling to you, trying to constantly affect your journey here for money. Wheel of Fortune, 10. Hermit, 9. The Lovers, 6. The Lovers, 6. 2 lovers, a lover and a sibling. A Gemini. Yeah, whatever this is going to help, you know, you to navigate through whatever this toxic devil energy is. 15, because that's obsession. That's attachments. That's addiction. That's control freak. That's Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason, and Texas the Chainsaw Massacre, my father. Ain't no reasoning. Now see, what makes it difficult for us is because they don't look like them. At least in the movies, they're killers, and that's just what it is. You know, they may toy with you and walk creepily in the woods and shit, but you know, they are what they are. They're not trying to be your friend. They don't have on a briefcase and no Jesus loves you flyer in their hand, nigga, while they coming. Anyway. Oh, good gravy. I went there. Shit. Why they finna kill your ass? Weird children of the corn. Jesus loves you. Why we try to poison your feast to bless you? And you wonder why people ain't vibing with that. You sitting here smiling, cold trying to take this motherfucker up out of him. Huh? Ooh-wee. Child. Okay, boom. Let's keep it pushing. So, boom. Okay. Okay, it's going to help some of y'all to get into some good times, you know. Queen of Swords. It says good times, happiness. You know, motherfuckers. Some of y'all are tired because people keep following you around. Look. They keep following you around. Trains, planes, and automobiles. They keep following y'all around because they're Jason. They're Jason with a briefcase and a Mercedes. John Gotti. Some of these motherfuckers that's what the city. Pissed. Oh, they be mad. Mad. Then they think you done something. No, nigga, no. It's called eventually you gonna get what you done. But the problem is it had never happened to some of these people. Ever. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. That's the reason why they're so cocky. So cocky and confident, not to mention the powers that be that's guaranteeing them, you know, immunity or whatever you call that, protection and all that. That's not going to stick the way they think it is. Because, you know, if you're working with corrupt, you know, that's part of the package deal that you know, you can do all these things and you're not going to get in trouble. This is what helps it to go along so long and why people are, if you think of it, you know what I'm saying? And because ain't nobody walking that confident, nobody. The only reason why is because of what I just said. Nobody, ain't nobody. Mm-mm. It's going to either be one flew over the cuckoo's nest, or they, you know, the powers that be, you see what I'm saying? One of the two. Okay. So it says toxic karmic lovers are livid. Yeah. And we have a 9 again. No. I have 9. So it's going to help you with your emotions. It's going to help you, you know, because that's what they're trying to constantly affect, and that's what they're feeding off of. Okay, so they're feeding off of you, not wanting you to get wish fulfillment, wanting you to be upset, and all those things, so they can get their wishes fulfilled, which is whatever nefarious dealings they got going on, or whatever going on upstairs in them scruples. Okay, but these are definitely selfish energies. You guys could definitely be dealing with people who are addicts of some form. Okay, it's not always the same addictions, but that dealing with heavy addictions, which is a part of why some of them get into this whole kind of shit in the first place. Okay, so it's going to help you to tap into wish fulfillment for yourself. It's going to help you to execute some kind of change for yourself. Okay, moving on from toxic karmic lovers that's livid, because some of you, man and women alike, you're dealing with people's past lovers that are livid, whether it's yours, somebody else's, or all of the above. For some of y'all, this shit is all over the place. People you don't even know. You're like, what does that do here? How I got in the mix? Oh, it is what it is. And 9 of Cups again. This deck has 2 9 of Cups. So this definitely could be doing to deal with water signs. But if not, it's just the water, the element of water, emotions, fucking with you. Trying to get you irritated, upset, trying to fuck with your wish fulfillment. You know, all of that. Elites. Oh. Well. See, this one's something about elites. That's hiding. They hiding. It says elites. This is why they own some of you. They're being demoted for too many violations, and some of them could be possibly upset, you know, because hey, however that looks for them, and they could be trying to, a part of them trying to get back in good graces, or however this works, okay, is like a hazing to come for you, okay, get her done, and it ain't getting done. And this is gonna and this is gonna help you, whatever you're doing is gonna help you to just ease on right through the fact that, you know, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, and whatever this stuff is that they're trying to do, because it came out, that's crazy. Clarify concern. Feminine. Your relatives in this motherfucker. I know you tired of these hoes. I know you tired of these hoes, these niggas and bitches. And bitches and niggas. That you thought were your relatives. Because some of y'all, you shaking and shrugging your shoulders at this phase of the game in your life. You like, I don't even know if I'm from them motherfuckers, which would explain why they whole ass was all too willing to do this crazy shit in the first place. Because I don't know. It says feminine's blood relatives are jealous. Shaking my head. They're always hiding something. They're always trying to sneak and bind and confuse. These people are concerned about change and forward movement. It's a part of why they do this stuff. But whatever's been hidden, for some of you, this is about love. Good gravy. Let me get out of there. They always going for the niggas. These are those hoes. This is the kind of shit. I'm done. I'm done with that. Because if that ain't apparent that there's something wrong with someone, then again, I don't know what is. I don't know what would make it apparent, people. I had a conversation with someone in 2021, summer of 2021. Sons, fathers, people. Why, you know, but this is what happens with me. I get on the phone with people and they get to going. Okay? So they told me that their mother, you heard correctly. Yeah, and we talking about the motherfucker that they came out, they hoo-ha. Their mother slept with their first husband because they ended up marrying to someone else while they were together or something like that. And this same mother is a pillar of somebody's community somewhere in somebody's church, honey. Huh? Huh? And bossing everybody around, trying to tell everybody how they're supposed to live and whatnot. Because that's just strange. That's strange behavior. We got another 2. We got 2 of Pentacles, journey. People that was trying to create blockages for you. See, this is going to help you to move forward and clear out all of this confusion and blockages, because essentially what you're practicing is you're unbinding, untying, and undoing everything that they're doing, everything that they did, and everything that they're doing, to try to keep you blind and confused about what's happening, to try to keep you juggling between thoughts and finances, trying to affect your wishes fulfillment, trying to affect your love life, trying to affect your money, trying to block you from moving forward. Y'all's supposed to leave a whole state and country for some of you. You're gonna become clear, and you're gonna make a choice. Some of you gonna get on a train maybe and be about. Some of you, you know, maybe at the end of the 7 days, or at the end of the, you know, or travel somewhere. Yeah, because they've been hiding that they be traveling and shit with the 2 of Swords and they be doing and shit. This is how they've managed. For some of you, this is how some of these people have managed to seem like they're not involved, or like they don't know nothing about it. Before the man that I called dad, father, before he died, or earlier this year, okay, he died earlier. The last time I had talked to him was in 2022, I think. It was in 2022 at the first location I got my son in Texas. I talked to him. This was when I was still in the phase of saying, is any of these niggas gonna stop playing? Is one of these, sorry motherfuckers, is any of these low down, dirty scoundrels gonna finally, nigga, stop trying to gaslight me? So I called, I was like, who you talk to? Because the particular situation, the trickster, they're always trying to, every time they think that they're about to get got or get caught, you know, something like that, they try this trickster, you know, bullshit, because, you know, they're into the shit, to make it seem like, to make you think they're dead, and all sorts of shit. Okay. Whoa. So I was like, hey, you know, I said a couple of blah, 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 blah. I was like, you talk to, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, last time, you know, he was lying, but anyway, he was like, last time, you know, when I did talk to her, you know, back, blah, 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 she said she didn't, I was asking about you, and she said that, you know, she didn't know anything. She didn't know, she hadn't heard from you. She didn't know anything about where you were or anything like that. The hoe was lying. But that's how they're able, this is what they always tell the non-suspecting extended family. Okay? I don't know. You're dealing with these crooks in this state. You've been doing it. Dealing with these crooks in the real industry. You've been doing it. Lovers. Again, see, two. Again. I'm telling you, this is gonna help y'all kind of get through this murky shit. You know, you got people always basically hoovering around your phone. Shimmy. Weird way to get your energy. Who they fucking so I can fuck them? Weird. That's some weird shit. I can get feminine's energy because they really have an obsession with you. Can care two flying fucks about them. And so they can feel that's their like, that's that, they crazy. The American Psycho movie, I should have added the American Psycho movie because that fits perfectly for this. That fits perfect. Because at least in the American Psycho movie, he looks like a regular, normal human being. You know, he ain't all tripped up with a ski mask and shit on. He looked like a regular human. He had him a nice house, a nice car, and a nice job. Okay? But it wasn't going to be no conversation you can have with old boy that's going to stop him from his obsessions with the things that he do in that movie. It looks like you're going to be moving on to new love. It says a masculine that's in love with you. Hey, somebody that's concerned for you because of all this obsession. You know, who knows? You might got somebody out there. Because they themselves were not so, or some, or, you know what I'm saying, as they, you know, unravel from their version of crazy shit, you know, whatever. And this is going to help you to navigate, whoever you all are. You know, you keep trying to do for yourself and you keep dealing with these obsessed lovers, 15, and then Two of Cups here. This obsessed lovers, obsessed siblings, you know, people's obsessed lovers and obsessed siblings that gets into this weird ass fucking energy. Yeah. This is really, there it is. Your investments. Boom, nigga. Nigga, you ain't gonna have to worry. Because this has been an energy of needing to constantly worry about your fruit, your seeds, your labor, your investments, because you got, you know, the walkers around you. The children of the corn. There's no negotiating that. And I think a lot of the energies, possibly a lot of the masculines out there, feminines, y'all did this too before in your past. You thought you could appease. You try to appease these energies, hoping that that's going to stop them from their bloodthirstiness, hoping that, you know, if nothing else, maybe it'll stop them from trying to like harm people. But Freddy Krueger is not getting reformed. American Psycho dude is not getting reformed. They're not reformable. And appeasing only stretches out them more lives for a longer period of time. Every time we entertain, I'm gonna buy them off, I'm gonna appease them, I'm just gonna go away. They promise that if I just go away, then they'll leave them alone. They are not leaving them alone. They're gonna continue to do what they're doing on top of the other lives that they're being a catastrophe for. Yeah. Three of Cups. Yes, this is going to help y'all to move on from regret with the 2 and the 3. Okay, we've got a lot of water here, strong water. A little bit of earth and then a smidgy of air. Okay, but yeah, this sadness, this grief that people are trying to continue to create for you. And I know some of you guys regret dealing with certain people because look, I got 7 of Pentacles. Feminine is healthier. Her health is improving. She's looking younger and finer. This made Freddy Krueger mad. This made Texas Chainsaw Massacre dude upset. This made the children of the